Guys, good morning. It's Daryl here. Happy Saturday. I was just about getting ready to go on my 6 mile hike, but I wanted to do a little short video first about Puerto Rico and how Trump. I was just listening to a speech or a talk, a meeting with the media that our state senator Richard Blumenthal just gave. Concerning Puerto Rico and Trump's, apparently there's been tens of billions. This is what Blumenthal was saying. The exact numbers I don't have in front of me, but tens of billions of assistance has been granted, approved for Puerto Rico, with the Trump administration tying it up, one claim after another. Supposedly, they don't think that. They think that there's a corrupt government down there. And to me, you know what it sounds. Would they do this to any other state? Not that Puerto Rico's a state, but it's close enough. To me, it sounds like they're using the excuse that, well, like a parent with a child, that a parent not want to give their child $10 because he might misspend it. You know, it sounds something like that. The fact that it's so long now after, plus with the earthquakes, that these people are actually living in the streets because after all these repeated earthquakes, and they're afraid to go back into their homes. So Blumenthal and our two senators, Blumenthal and Murphy, have been very outspoken as far as Trump goes. An interesting thing here that it's going to set Connecticut Trump supporters through the roof, is just our governor, Ned Lamont, just approved $75,000 for housing assistance for Puerto Ricans. To give them to pay for housing to come here, and this is going to absolutely infuriate Trump supporters. I could already imagine the tweets and the memes and the comments in Facebook. Now, first of all, this is what it is. It's $75,000. It's not millions or billions, but what it is specifically is just for a security deposit and the first months. For a new place for rent, and that's it. Just security deposit and first months. And they have to work. They have to continue on and pay the rent from there on out. But it's just to get their foot in the door. There's a large Puerto Rican population in Connecticut, and I can imagine that these people want to help their families down there. But there's only, if you think about the cost of an average apartment here in Connecticut at $1,000 easy. The security deposit $1,000 at least, and then the first month, we're talking $2,000 you need to come up with, and these people have suffered through hurricanes and earthquakes, and I can't imagine or their relatives here being able to whip up $2,000 just on the fly. So when I read that, I thought it was a good thing. Now. It's helping people that are in dire need, and they have family here, so they can come here, they can get in the job market, and pay taxes and pay rent and become part of the society. But this is going to infuriate Trump supporters. First of all, because even amongst people I know, very close people to me, especially older people. They won't even go to McDonald's because some of the people, they hear somebody behind the counter, one of the cooks speaking Spanish, and they think they're talking about me. Seriously, swear to God, true story. And I could already see the posts that we're going to have Puerto Ricans. Why is Ned Lamont importing all of these non-English speaking illegal immigrants? Yeah, they have a tendency to call Puerto Ricans illegal immigrants. Why, bringing them in, paying for them? How come they're not paying for Connecticut homeless? And this is my favorite. The Trump supporters go to. We need to pay for our homeless vets before we pay for illegal immigrants, or before we pay for Puerto Ricans, or before we pay for any brown person. Is basically what they're saying. And I've been looking up on Trump's record with veterans benefits, and it is not so shining. It's not so. And then I was looking up for charitable organizations that are right-leaning that donate to vets, and I could not find a whole lot. There's a couple, but it just seems like it's a convenient go-to It's the patriotic thing to go to. We don't want to pay for these people. We need to support our vets. And there's nothing wrong with supporting the vets, but to me, it just sounds like it's an excuse. It's a way to make them look all patriotic and an easy way to try to stop brown people from filling up, keeping. It's an easy way to try to keep the state white. Bottom line, that's all it is. And they're going to say, well, why aren't Connecticut residents getting free homes to live in? They're going to exaggerate it. It's not free homes. It's just one month security, 1 month first rent. And I don't even know if it's a loan or a grant. I don't know if they're on the hook to pay it back or what. But no, it's not free homes. And then too, I was going to say, if next time Connecticut suffers an earthquake, I'm sure Ned Lamont would be happy to help those same people get the same thing. Or if we suffer a hurricane, I'm sure Ned Lamont would have no problem. Or the same Democrats in the government would be happy to do the same thing for white people of the state as the Puerto Ricans. So it's an invalid claim just because they don't want Puerto Ricans here. They don't want brown Spanish speaking people here. Bottom line. But yeah, that's the hubbub, and a lot of it goes back to Trump not releasing the money, making excuses, and holding on to this. I have to look it up. Tens of billions of dollar money that's been approved. Been all approved, all set to go, but the administration is stopping it. So the people of Puerto Rico suffer every day. Another thing, the kids, the schools aren't safe enough for the kids to go back into, so they're setting up tents and whatnot. Half these kids haven't even been back to school. Now that just creates more problems down the line. Now kids aren't getting an education. So you're going to have kids that aren't graduating high school. You're going to have kids without education, kids that are going to go into other maybe illegal means to try and make money. And you're setting up that whole island for failure, even more generational down the line by just holding on to this money and not helping the people of Puerto Rico rebuild the schools, infrastructure. It is part of America, like it or not. It is. And they are Americans. All right. You guys have a good Saturday.